Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the MIT Spring League of Legends Tournament. Today, we are bringing you a match between, on the blue side for game number 1, Ready to Feed, on the red side for game number 1. It is all random, all ranked, also known as ARAR. Right out of the gate, we got an Aurelia ban, we got a Trundle ban, we got two great teams. Great game coming up for us today.
Yeah, I'm excited to see these two teams go head-to-head. These bans, Trundle's just a strong pick overall right now. And a good flex into the top or the support role.
Absolutely.
See what the next bands come out to be. Team's not showing their hands too much yet. Alright, we got the Fiora ban. We got some top lane targeted bans coming out, the Aurelia and the Fiora ban.
Absolutely. As always, quick note, let us know in the Twitch chat if our audio sounds off, all 7 of you currently in chat. I think 2 of them are us, but all 5 of you.
I'll let you know if the audio's off.
Great.
I got you,
Thanks.
Ben. I got you.
Thanks,
you.
Fred.
Don't worry about it.
Nice to know. Also going to see an Udyr ban coming out of here. Another quite strong pick. Got a little bit weaker with some of the recent changes to Runic Echoes, but still quite good out of the jungle. And a Galio ban, rounding out the last one for Ready to Feed.
Wonder who that one's targeted at.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll have to see. And last ban's about to be coming out here for ARAR. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the tournament standings while we're going through this pick and ban phase. ARAR currently sitting at a 2-1 record in this tournament. Ready to Feed at an 0-3 record thus far, so looking to get the win here, break themselves out of that bottom of the pack. And last ban coming in is going to be Caitlyn. I believe Swordplay did play that against Clanbassadors in one of our previous games.
Yeah.
So, seen it thus far in the tournament, not going to see it again.
At least not for this game. Now the Nautilus getting locked in. This is a good flex pick. I like the first lock Nautilus a lot because it's a very strong champion overall. It's strong in both the top and support roles. You got yourself a big, beefy frontline team fighter. It's a good pick overall.
Absolutely. I think that is most likely going to be going to Silly Mino in the bot lane as a support.
Okay.
We have seen her play that previously. So most likely going to be the bot lane, but as you say, can flex to the top.
Yeah, and we see the Jhin hover from Tirnavas. Now, Jhin is a champion we've seen destroy this tournament. Like, Jhin is such a common pick in this tournament, and every game we've seen Jhin has been such a delight to watch the bot lane, watch the Jhin plays, the snipes, the long-range roots. Oh, such a fun champion to watch. And that will get locked in by Tirnavas along with the Volibear.
And Volibear, another champion who's been very good in this current jungle meta. Really good at chasing champions down, cleaning up the kills when you get those picks. You
do have the option to go either that Cinderhawk or the more damage heavy Devour, which is surprisingly good on Volibear because it actually does proc his ultimate twice on the Devour double hit, which is lots of damage. You can do lots of damage by being a bear and running at your opponents.
Tons of damage.
Tons of damage.
All right.
Rip Runeglaive for the Triforce tons of damage procs. Ooh, Tryndamere.
That is Tryndamere. So we have seen some Tryndamere picks earlier on in this tournament. I think the last game that we cast together, we were a bit dubious about the effectiveness.
It was into Rise, right? It was into Rise 2 games in a row against Pinducky.
That it was.
That was brutal.
So, hoping for a better matchup here than
I think so.
Rise.
So one thing about that Tryndamere pick is that it does lock that Nautilus into the support role unless they're doing something really strange with Tryndamere jungle. I don't really know if that's going to be coming out. Tryndamere jungle, not very good. Warrior, not very good overall right now. So I don't really know about that one. It does look like it's going to be a Tryndamere top lane. Ooh, interesting. Is that going to be Morgana mid?
Nope.
Yeah,
so I was going to say, most likely a Morgana support as they're hovering. But Narfi is their mid laner.
Yeah.
Well,
there was the Soraka.
It was the Soraka doing the troll hovers, but it's going to be that Syndra in the mid lane for Narfi. And rounding out the comp for Ready to Feed, we're going to see a Xin Zhao in jungle, and looks like a Twitch bot lane.
For sword play. All right, that's interesting. That explains the cleanse pickup, for one. What do you think about that team composition? I really like what they have going with the Twitch Orianna. That's a very, very strong combination that can get a lot of damage across the enemy team if you land that good Shockwave and Twitch ultimate.
Absolutely. Yeah, the one thing... So I'm curious to see If you have a Twitch in stealth, does that also make the ball invisible?
The ball does not show. So that's another thing. It's not as common because, I mean, you know, you're Twitch and you're kind of squishy. But yes, it is entirely possible to place the ball on Twitch, have Twitch stealth into the enemy team, and unload that shockwave at the same time as your melee range spray and pray. Now, this has some obvious disadvantages, but...
Namely, that you're a squishy Twitch in the middle of the enemy team.
Right, but it has a lot of potential.
Beef on that other side, as we do see the Quinn going to be the last pick locked in, so Volibear is going to be their only tanky champion at all. Got a double squishy bot lane with the Jhin Morgana, very squishy mid lane
with the Syndra,
and going to be a pretty squishy top lane as well. Quinn doesn't tend to build the kind of bruiser build that you might see from a Graves top, for example. You're more likely going to be going for something like the Ghost Blade first item, and then
maybe, Static Shiv.
Yeah, might pick up the Maw of Malmortius, although against a Tryndamere, that's not going to offer them much early. Actually, fairly low magic damage across the board. It's only going to be that Orianna bringing a lot of that to the table. You're not going to see this Nautilus build any kind of AP or damage.
Right. Well, Maw's a very good item, but you're totally right in that I probably would not pick that into that particular team composition since the Tryndamere is a big damage threat. I fully expect to see something like either the Ghost Blade or the Static Shift coming out in lane for a sneaky hitman.
Yeah, I do like the pickup of Quinn into the Tryndamere.
That would be a good matchup.
It's going to be able to counter the split push quite effectively, and the range is just going to be super annoying for him in lane.
Now, something that's really nice about Quinn, I think I comment on this every time I see Quinn, but the thing about Quinn is that her ultimate, especially later on in the game, is so good at getting you around the map fast that you actually just don't really need teleport. Like, the times I've seen teleport taken on Quinn, it's mostly just been completely redundant because you just don't need it. It's not necessary. You go around the map at 900 movement speed. You might as well take that combat summoner for laning to beat up on your lane opponent. I really like that choice of Ignite. That's going to let Sneaky Hitman bully integration around that lane even more than Quinn ordinarily does.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah, and the other thing about the teleport Quinn is that something like a teleport Maokai or a Malphite,
you have the flank
you get these great flank plays, you get into the middle of the team, and you're just a big tank that disrupts everything and is super annoying. You can set up your big burst for your team. Quinn doesn't quite have that same flank potential. I mean, you can land one good blinding assault on the enemy team, but then what do you really do after that if you're flanking from a teleport?
Right, exactly. And I think the thing is, like, it's not even that Quinn doesn't like to flank, because Quinn loves to flank.
Sure.
The thing is that, like, Quinn does not like being constrained to that very predictable TP channel flank. And, like, when she's coming in from the side at 900 movement speed, then yeah, that's totally fine. But when you start TPing into the back, they know you're going to be there. There's a pretty good chance that, like, they can discern on your burst jet right away. So I totally agree with that as well, that Quinn TP flanks are not necessarily the greatest.
Yeah, and we did see a change in summoners for swordplay. It's actually going to be swordplay in the mid lane. And swapping Fliptailser to the ADC role. Is going to be running the heal rather than the cleanse, which against a Syndra I could see wanting the cleanse, but the heal is also going to be a solid choice as well.
Yeah,
but going for a much more defensive set of summoners overall with the TP heal mid and top versus the double ignite.
Yep. All right, taking a look at some of the Keystone Masteries. You guys don't have these up yet. Things look pretty normal across the board, except Silly Amino has elected taking Grasp of the Undying. That is a very interesting mastery for a support Nautilus to take.
That is an interesting choice. I wonder if that was a not swapping that over from a previous game.
I'm not sure. I mean, that's going to serve her really well if she just wants to go in and brawl all the time. I don't know if that has that much utility outside of potential all-ins, though. Is my concern.
Yeah.
Interesting. Other masteries.
Bond of Stone would have been the more common choice for.
Yeah, I think so. Actually. Oh, that's Warlords. Okay, cool. Yep, we're good. All the other masteries look pretty normal. Thunderlords on who you expect. Warlords and Fervor on who you expect.
By which you mean almost everyone?
Yeah, almost everyone. And Volibear taking that Strength of the Ages to become that big, unkillable jungle tank that we love to see so much these days. Tank meta is a great time, Ben.
I like tank.
I honestly really like the tank meta, but that's mostly because I play disengage supports. So hey, it works out just fine. It works out just fine.
It's a good time to be Janna.
It is a great time to be Janna. So let's look at the other team composition though. Let's look at the team composition that ARAR has come up with. What do we like about that one? I see picks. I see lots of picks.
Yeah, lots of picks, lots of squishies.
Oh, okay, well that too.
Yep, and you can turn that on and
All right.
turn the controls over to Fred for a moment.
We are in game.
As we're saying, lots of picks. The Morgana Bind and the Syndra Stun are really going to be what they need to set this up.
Absolutely.
So landing those two skill shots is going to be very important for making all of their damage work well. You can there's some pick potential from the Volibear, but that's going to be a bit more telegraphed, and they're going to be able to do a bit more about that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's what Volibear does, right? Like, you don't necessarily have a lot of pick potential unless you have Flash. Ooh, as you see the
early
5-man
group is
stack coming in.
Hi Amphisu needs to get out of there. Gets hit by the bind. He's going to take a lot of damage. Gravitas tosses him back in. That's the flash burn. Goes into the red buff pit. But Quinn following up. That's going to be first blood right away at 50 seconds to Sneaky Hitman in the top lane.
Sneaky Hitman with the god tier vault over the wall to follow the flash. That was so good.
That is some nice Quinn play there, and it's going to be an early disadvantage here for Ready to Feed. That's an unfortunate way for them to start this game.
Very, very cool.
Hi Amphisu, yeah, did not see the bind coming, I don't think, and so was not able to flash over the wall of the red buff pit before that came in.
Yep, and hey, Morgana. Morgana.
It's exactly what we said about the pick potential. That is an amazing level 1 skill to get those picks off. I think Morgana and Braum are the two supports you want to have with you when you're trying to make level 1 plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, especially with the Morgana Jhin, who both like to take their CC abilities to level 1 anyways, that is an amazing combination. Very, very nicely done by ARAR.
3 strong CC abilities level 1.
That's brutal.
We did see Volibear taking the flip level 1, so I think that's going to slow down the jungle clear just a little bit. But that's still useful on Gromp.
Yeah.
So should be able to get his clear going just fine.
Yep.
So, strong start for ARAR as we get into this laning phase.
That's going to be a painful laning phase for integration now that Quinn backed and actually picked up the longsword in addition to the corrupting potion. That's painful. That hurts. Integration notably also not taking the assassin mastery, instead taking the biscuit one instead. That's going to hurt his lane presence a little bit as well.
That is an interesting choice. That is quite surprising to me, actually, because that biscuit usually you want it for that little bit of mana regen. In addition to health, you can see integration taking a lot of damage early on.
That lane is it's not over, but that lane's going to be pretty darn challenging for integration now.
Yeah, and I think Tryndamere is going to be forced to farm quite a bit underneath the turret.
Oh yeah.
Do you see a fair bit of trading in the mid lane as well?
Yeah.
As that bind just misses the giant Nautilus.
How do you even miss Nautilus?
Nice CS with the spin there.
Yep. And it's the same question as how does Nautilus hide in the bush, right? How does Cho'Gath hide in the bush?
Better than Aurelion Soul.
Better than Aurelion Soul. Yeah, I remember this Reddit thread that was like pulling up like things from Aurelion Soul's splash art and comparing them to like how big that would actually be on Summoner's Rift and overlaying that onto a picture of the Rift, and he discovered the entire thing. It's just like you couldn't see any of the terrain anymore. It was just all Aurelion Soul.
Yeah,
that was good.
Silly Mina's got pretty good moves for Nautilus.
Oh yeah.
And gank coming to top lane. Fisu gonna try and get some damage down. His integration, though, forced to back out. The vault on Quinn. 2 flashes traded. That's the ignite going down. A Sneaky Hitman is going to go down. And Tryndamere just able to survive that last tick of the ignite. Some good plays there. Nice job by Fisu coming up and making the play out of the jungle.
As Silly goes in onto Tyrnabas. Tyrnabas does get the black shield from ZB Tech, and they are able to trade back a fair bit of damage.
Absolutely. It's Ready to Feed, taking big chunk of both of their health, and that last shot from Jhin hurting a lot onto Silly Mino.
Yep.
Wards in the bush for both teams. So ZB Tech is going to be spotted out here trying to go for the bind plays, but we'll see if they're able to make that play anyway. We do also see Gravitas on the top side of the map, so maybe trying to get a nice return play for that top lane Quinn.
Yeah, both junglers topside. We do see Gravitas setting up for that lane gank, but the wave is not in the right place for him to get significant positional advantage. So it all depends on how patient he is. Now the nice thing is because the wave is so far up, he can actually sit in that bush.
Integration just put a ward in the river. I don't think that he has any idea this is coming. So Tryndamere, if he pushes up for CS, we're going to see Gravitas come in. Yep, there goes the jungler. Gravitas gets the throw back into the minion wave. A lot of minions around for integration, but is not going to be protected, and is going to be going down to this Quinn any moment now. They do give the kill over to the top laner as Gravitas just standing back and letting that kill go over to Quinn. So that's 2-1 now for Sneaky Hitman in this early game. up way up in CS and is going to be able to push this wave into turret as well. So going to be about a 30 CS lead, I think, by the time this Tryndamere is able to get back to lane.
Yeah, that is an amazing setup. And they are doing their absolute best to keep integration behind this game, and despite the jungle pressure from Fisu, like as you said, he is going to probably be around 30 CS down by the time he gets to lane at 5 minutes. That is a pretty big deal. I mean, at 20 minutes, that's still a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that is a massive
yeah.
CS lead. Is not going to use that TP to get back to lane as well,
Oh,
but we do
the
see
exhaust
coming down,
the gank.
jungler coming in, Fisu coming to try to get another play, forces the flash out of Jhin as Tyrnavas gonna back off, so no kills going down, but that is a summoner burned. We're going to see Gravitas maybe taking advantage of this to go for some counter jungling. The blue buff is gone, but those wolves are up, so Gravitas gonna take a little bit of the jungle. Stun lands from Narfi in the mid lane. That's the Thunderlord's proc for some more damage.
No ults up, though. Narfi
No
did
ults up.
back for an item spike.
Yeah, did get that Chalice of
one.
Harmony, so is going to be able to stick in lane for a very, very long time now. And Gravitas finding integration in the top lane as Tryndamere goes toward that bush once again, getting a lot of damage down. Hitman coming in, more damage. The spin over the wall will keep him alive as Hitman not able to follow it with the vault this time around. But that jungle pressure in the top is working down integration even more.
Yeah.
Hitman has also been able to freeze that wave just next to the tower. So really, really difficult time for Tryndamere to try and farm, and not able to get a ward down on that river brush.
Yep. I mean, Hitman is playing this lane very, very well. Like, he's doing exactly what you should be doing when you're dominating a lane this hard. Like, it's not that important to go for kills in your enemy laner past, like, denying them CS and experience. But
yeah, forcing
he's
him out
doing
of
that
CS. Integration now forced to take the Gromp away from his own jungler.
yeah, that's going to be really, really painful for integration. And oh, Ben, are we going to see the Zerker's Greaves first again? I did not like this build last time. I'm not going to like this build this time either. Okay, that's a little better.
Two daggers.
Two
this
daggers.
time.
Probably not.
Probably going to be a
Zerker
static shift first.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm hoping that's where that's going, as I do agree with you that the Zerker's Grease first item did not work out well for integration last time. I think it's still not going to be a good time this time around.
Yeah, Zerker Greaves is probably the worst of the boot choices right now, honestly. I would even take Tabby into that lane, even on Tryndamere.
Yeah, I think Tabby would be a solid choice
Quinn
with
is
the
just so punishing.
with the punishing lane matchup he's facing.
Yep. Oh, we see Swordplay going for a Rod of Ages, actually.
Yeah, Rod of Ages Orianna
Interesting.
can be pretty strong.
Uh-huh. All right.
I guess there's just not a whole lot of beefy champions in this game in general. Integration diving in to try and get some CS. The Shockwave lands just on the end. The Ignite going down from Narfi. That's not going to kill off Swordplay, as the junglers also meet each other in the river. The Smite coming down from Fisu is knocking Gravitas around. That's the Flash coming in. Fisu nearly has him down, and is not going to be able to follow this up, as ZBTech with lands a nice bind over the wall, is now Fisu taking a bunch of damage from that, over-chasing just a little bit onto Gravitas.
Yep, so very good responses by both teams. That could have easily been the beginning of one of those highlight reels of, like, oh yeah, gank top lane, and then 5 people are in top for some reason. I mean, very good response from both teams, legitimately. Now if you're going to secure that blue buff, gonna help him out a little bit.
Absolutely. And Gravitas is going to heal back up just a little bit off the jungle camps.
Yeah, he'll be okay. He's a bear. He can take it.
Yeah, it was an interesting play in the mid lane, as we did see Swordplay landing the Shockwave just barely onto Narfi, but Narfi able to put down a whole lot more damage. Swordplay is still pretty low in that mid lane, a little under half health. Narfi's going to have a lot of mana regen from both the Chalice and the blue buff. So I think we are going to see Swordplay maybe getting pushed out of that middle lane pretty soon.
Yeah, Narfi is going to have a lot of staying power in this lane, though he is going to choose to take time to back. Does he have... Okay. He has a fair amount of gold there, actually.
Yeah, I think that's going to be... needlessly an Arc there.
Nice.
That's no choice. Another bind lands from ZBTech, going on to flip Tailzer.
Oh, the snare lands as
well.
And
the double Morgana ultimate is going to catch just flip Tailzer in the end, as Silly Mino gets out of the range for that, but Twitch going quite low. Tyrnabas, can they land the last shot from Jhin? Yes, it is. Shot number 4 picks up the kill. Silly Mino with the Riptide gets the return, and is not going to go down. That ultimate coming in just a little bit too late to make a huge effect in that fight. So Silly Mino, nice job with the return kill. Is a 1-for-1 trade in the bottom lane but the ADC picking up the kill for ARAR.
As we see a gank coming up in the top side as well.
And Fisu is going to get there. Hitman is pushed quite far into this turret, but I think might just have the escapes to get out of here. Burns the flash quite early. Integration following it with another flash. The slow going down onto Quinn, and the vault is going to get him back out underneath his own turret. So Fisu taking a good chunk of damage. Not a lot happening with that gank in the top lane, as now Narfi has roamed up from the mid lane to join this. It's going to be a 3-on-2. Can Narfi get there and land the stun from Syndra? Can he, indeed, and Fisu goes down to Syndra here. Integration going to be soon to follow, although that Burning Rage keeps him alive. So 1 kill just in this top lane, going over to ARAR.
Oh, that gank almost went so well. Crucially, the Fisu did not have flash up, so by the time Integration was able to actually get in and get the Tryndamere slow off, Fisu's 3-talon strike had actually already worn off, and there was no way they were going to make that play happen. Just a slight miscommunication has them overextend slightly too far, and then a very, very good response from Gravitas and Narfi, but we see Tunavas get caught in the bot lane.
And taking a lot of damage, flashes out once again, taking the Twitch poison damage. Is going to go down to that. I don't think that flash was needed, but Fliptails are just making sure of that kill, putting a little bit of damage onto ZB Tech, but just the 1 kill, as this bot lane looking pretty good. It is the BF sword picked up for Twitch, as well as a couple attack speed items, or it's little attack speed, little crit, to just the pure AD from Jin.
Ooh, we see this play again, though, coming in by Gravitas.
And Gravitas in that push again. Hopefully Integration is not going to fall for it once again. And yeah, sticking to the bottom side of the minion wave.
He's just going to play back because
he's going into Gravitas, jumping in. The volley bear, the smite comes down, but the immediate reaction with the spin away. Gravitas, though, it gets close enough to land the flip, and Sneaky Hitman, another kill in this top lane. He's finished off the Ghost Blade, and it's Zerka Greaves first.
It's Zerka Greaves first. Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Frankly, excellent timing by Gravitas there, because he knew the ult wasn't up.
Ignite put down by Narfi, not quite sure what was happening there. I think he wanted to follow up with some damage, but was not actually in position to do so.
Yeah.
And the top lane CS lead, just huge, a flash in, the Orianna onto Narfi. Does not have the ultimate up. I think if he'd had that shockwave, that would have been a kill secured. As Fisu now hanging out in this bottom lane, waiting for ARAR to push out just a little bit further.
And we see the top lane turret going down in favor of ARAR. No surprises there.
Yeah, that CS lead has now ballooned to 65 in the top lane.
Painful.
So, yeah, Sneaky Hitman really looking strong up there.
Yeah, I mean, that, for like, level 1 First Blood, that's what that's going to do to you in a winning lane matchup. Like, you can take that, you start with the damage item and the sustain item in lane, and you just snowball that 1 kill into an experience advantage, into a gold advantage. You get your jungler for help, and all of a sudden you're 60 CS ahead of your lane opponent at 12 minutes. That's brutal.
And I think that's a matchup that was already going to be tough from the start for Tryndamere, and that First Blood just made it way more difficult for him to get back into that lane. And Narfi gets spotted out by a pink ward, trying to go for a little bit of a roam.
Gonna manage to take that down though. There is a lot of dragon vision coming in from Ready to Feed. We're going to see if they can use that to make a play, but we do see Fisu heading topside, so maybe not.
Yeah, Sneaky Hitman still pushed in, vaulting in onto Integration, trying to push for the kill, takes a turret shot for his trouble.
I mean, he has the Corrupting Potion, he can afford to take those trades.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they need to find somewhere for Integration to get a little bit farmed up that's not going to put him next to the Quinn, because that is not a favorable matchup at all.
Yeah, that's going to be hard, though. Tryndamere's early game is not known for being especially good, when you get this far behind, too. And it looks like Ready to Feed's Dragon Vision is not going to be put to use, as we see ARAR burning down this dragon. This is not the fastest dragon I've ever seen, but they are going to secure it. Silly Muno doesn't quite manage to get in there quick enough.
Yeah,
and
sadly,
that is dragon
you cannot
number 1.
Nautilus hook over a wall, as I have found out on a couple occasions.
Oh, no.
Not a thresh hook.
Not a thresh hook.
No.
So, one thing that's always turned me off of playing Nautilus, honestly. Oh, well.
Yeah, and ARAR stretching their advantage a little bit by taking that dragon. It is going to be the Cinder Hulk Volley Bear coming out.
Yeah, they're sitting at a comfortable 3k gold lead at 14 minutes. They have a little bit of liberty to do what they want right now, especially in this top lane, because Sneaky Hitman is just so far ahead. You just pop that Ghost Blade to body that turret a little bit. Integration's going to try to farm up.
Yep, taking a ton of damage, chunked for nearly 2/3 of his health. Ignite coming down onto him. I don't think that's going to be enough to kill off Tryndamere, but in the mid lane, back and forth, Shockwave lands the heal from Swordplay. That gets him the kill, keeping him alive long enough to kill off Narfi. Good use of the Summoner spell there. And with the ultimate up, able to get that kill.
Yeah, Narfi went for a play without Ignite up. And
paid for it.
Yeah, Swordplay just had the summoner advantage. That was a really, really close fight. Ignite would have turned that easily.
Absolutely would. And Sneaky Hitman has bodied integration off this turret once again. With the Corrupting Potion running, has got that turret down to about 1/3 health in the top lane.
I think we're going to see the earliest Flame Horizon MIT LoL has ever seen this game, actually. That is very, very unfortunate for integration.
Yeah, and pushed into the turret. Sneaky Hitman just kind of ignoring that Tryndamere is there for the purposes of getting damage down.
Yeah, I mean, integration doesn't exactly do a lot of damage right now either.
Yep. Yeah, and the other lanes we do see are much more even.
Yeah.
Particularly the bot lane. Pretty close. I'm expecting to see Twitch back. Meanwhile, fight in the jungle as Fisu gets caught going for his own blue buff. Is going to get taken down by Gravitas. Sneaky Hitman actually running away. Got stuck on the wrong side of the fight, away from his jungler, so gets shut down there. Is going to be Swordplay picking up the kill from Orianna in the end. Integration, I don't think, can fight Gravitas here. Does he have the smite up? Yes, he does, so there's the blue buff.
There we go.
Tryndamere just trying to be a little annoying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had the dreams of getting that blue buff gold, but his dreams were shattered by Polar Bear Smite.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, do see completed items for both of them. Rod of Ages, as you were talking about earlier, on Orianna. And Athene's Unholy Grail picked up by Narfi. I do like this. Syndra so mana hungry throughout the game. And Gravitas, waiting in that bush once again, is going to catch integration out. Doesn't have his top laner with him quite yet, as we do see Sneaky Hitman on his way back from the base, flying on a bird.
Flying on a bird. Now, I kind of want to talk about Swordplay's itemization right here. I actually kind of like it. Oh, as we see the pause coming in, great. That's going to give me even more time to talk about Swordplay's itemization. Yes, the famous MIT Law Club pauses. So, I really like Rod of Ages in this particular scenario into the Assassin matchup. You can get Athene's, but Athene's is not a particularly strong item. It's a very, very utility defensive heavy option, right? Now, Rod of Ages is going to give you some of those same defensive stats early game, but with substantially more late game payoff. Now, the trade-off is that you don't get the early CDR you would from the Athenes. So he actually picked up that second item, Fiendish Codex, which I assume is going to be built into Morellonomicon this time because he already has the beefiness from the Rod of Ages.
Yeah, that's where the same is likely to go. Morello would also be very nice against Volibear, because that just, in a team fight, that counteracts the Volibear passive completely.
Exactly. So I actually really like this build decision to itemize that early Catalyst defensive item, make yourself a little more beefy, give yourself some health sustain and mana sustain in that lane against the Assassin matchup of Syndra, and we see like that bonus health actually saved his life really hard. When he was in those tight 1v1 situations. This has been a pretty even lane so far. Both these laners have been playing very, very well.
Yeah, and we are back into game now. As we see integration immediately taking a huge chunk. Gravitas on the backside comes in and should be able to get this kill on integration. I don't think he can run away that quickly.
No, he doesn't have a turret.
Nope, and Sneaky Hitman picks up the kill. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Fisu coming in for the gank. A nice zoning bind from Morgana.
Bind. Yeah, no, that's
and
totally a thing.
that'll force him out of the gank. So, could have been a kill there. A little nice work by the support. Support shoutouts.
Support shoutouts! We got 2 support mains casting for you today. So, you'll get all the support shoutouts in the world.
We're just support fans here.
I'm actually a really big fan of top lane. I think top lane is way cooler than support.
Which is why you play support all the time.
Which is why I play support all the time, exactly. But we do see Sneaky Hitman able to get that second turret. Now, that is probably going to mean a little bit safer farming for integration, honestly.
Yeah.
Now,
I do want to see Sneaky Hitman use that pressure advantage now to push around the map, as he has complete free roam in the blue side jungle of Ready to Feed.
The vision is there too. Like, they have vision over the entire jungle. He's taking those wolves, and I think at this point, that's what Sneaky Hitman has to do. Like, he's gonna make a play, wait for the wave to push back to him, make another play, wait for the wave to push back to him, because at this point, like, he's not gonna be able to farm under this inhib turret. Like, he really does not want to be there, especially because all of these turrets are still up, and Ready to Feed still has the map pressure on, like, the other 2/3 of the map. So he really doesn't want to be that far in to expose himself to getting caught out that badly. So I do expect to see some map plays coming in, especially with that Ghostblade Rush giving you such an unparalleled amount of early game damage and map mobility.
Yeah, he's really built for early game burst. In the mid lane, do you see
Fire
Gravitas
cannon,
coming in? Both of the junglers are nearby in the mid lane, and he'll just reveal himself as he runs across. Fisu, though, is gonna get caught in the river. Hitman is onto him. Gonna get so much damage! The rapid fire cannon and the Ghostblade burning down Fisu. Not even a chance for an assist from his own jungler. Integration's going to TP back from lane to his own turret.
Oh my gosh.
As he does not want to be anywhere near that. Tyrnabos going down. That's going to be a double kill by the looks of it. Picked up, and ZBTech gets killed off before that ultimate.
We'll take a look at how. We'll go back and take a look at how that happened on the bot side.
As both of them farming up. Not really a lot of lane pressure. Nothing coming in from the junglers. I think it is going to be the Nautilus ultimate that starts off this
Either
fight.
An exhaust or a Nautilus ultimate.
Yeah,
actually,
binding comes in. Tyrnabos, though, not both of them knocked up by the Nautilus ultimate. ZBTech actually walking just a little too close there. And Tyrnabos taking a ton of damage early on in that fight. And Fliptailser has picked up the Hurricane along with the BF Sword and is looking quite strong right now.
Oh, we see Swordplay getting tossed up as well in the mid lane.
And going to be a little too far. The ultimate from Syndra coming in. The heal keeping him alive. That's going to be a great job, actually, by Narfi getting the Ignite down to pick up that kill. So the Syndra ultimate a little too strong at this point in the game with an endlessly large rod.
Action all across the map. Now, hilariously enough, I actually think that Ready to Feed only got those 2 kills bot side because Fliptailser landed 2 crits at really important times. That was pretty fun to watch. Well played though. Well played to turn that situation around and actually pick up 2 kills off the back of that. That Nautilus ult hitting 2 people was very good. Followed by the spray and pray, because we know it's still called spray and pray, guys. Across 2 people was really, really good as well. Now, Fliptailser did use the expunge at a slightly inappropriate time, just a split second before the exhaust wore off, but no matter. It was still enough damage to secure those kills. They got it. They got what they got.
Absolutely.
Can't complain.
Yeah, this crit Hurricane situation is still confusing. And Rip Rift Herald.
The Rip Herald. Rip Herald, Ben.
Rip Herald.
Rip Herald. We'll miss you, Herald.
Yeah.
You'll be back in like half an hour, it's fine.
So we're about to hit the 20-minute point in this game, about coming up on a 5,000 gold lead for ARAR, so still in a quite strong position. Most of that lead coming out of the top lane from Sneaky Hitman.
Yeah, that is actually all of that lead coming up in the top lane.
Yeah, that's about 4,000. Now that Fisu is caught out once again in the river, needs one last hit. Gravitas going to be able to get it, so an unfortunate place to be there. That's going to translate immediately into a dragon. In the bottom, Tyrnabos, a great block from Silly Mino. There's your support plays for you today. Blocking that last shot, which would have killed Fliptailser.
Silly Mino.
Burning the flash to get in the way. That is some big plays in the bot lane.
She's making some big plays today.
Yeah,
but
is gonna give up the dragon.
They picked off the jungler early, so they could get the dragon off of that.
Yeah,
but
picked off the dragon and kept the bot lane bottled up next to their tower. But well done by Silly Mino.
Making
that's the support plays right there.
No, that's a great play to save for to carry.
And Gravitas coming in off just having taken the dragon. Fliptailser is invisible. Sneaky.
Sneaky indeed. Oh, Gravitas. You don't even know you're being trolled.
Integration is in this bot lane. That's actually 4 on the bot side, with Fisu coming in to just 3 from ARAR. Not going to be able to make much of a play, though, and while this is all going on, Sneaky Hitman is just taking that blue side jungle away.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, not a whole lot of places to go now. And Fisu and Integration in the river. We'll see if Gravitas wants to go in on this.
The smite.
BM smite. So in the bot lane, still no turrets down in the bot or the mid lane. It's just those 2 top lane turrets thus far this game for ARAR, and none for Ready to Feed.
Yeah, I mean, like as you said, like the other lanes have been substantially more even. Pretty much the entire gold lead is in the hands of Sneaky Hitman, and I really do want to see him roaming around the map a little bit more to see how he can convert his advantage. Oh, Fisu, this is not something you want to do here, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, cool.
Yep. Quinn split push. Does look like he's going to be going for the Styrex Gauge as the 3rd item. But thus far is itemized a lot more for the quick burst. Like the Rapid Fire Cannon Ghostblade is great for jumping in on somebody, killing them immediately, and then getting out.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I actually really like the Sterix Gauge as a follow-up to that. Oh, as we see some more action.
Fisu caught out. The Vault actually taking Hitman further away, and Integration immediately backs off of that after the kill.
But as I was saying, I really actually like the Sterix Gauge as like a natural follow-up to that, because with the Ghost Blade and the Rapid Fire Cannon, you already have enough damage to take down pretty much anyone at this stage of the game. As we get dive coming in,
jumping in.
Play.
A nice shockwave lands, hits Gravitas, but is not going to be enough to save him from 3 members of the other team. Integration coming in just a little bit too late to help out. Actually has to flash out of there. Gravitas, though, taking a bunch of turret shots. Undying Rage going to keep him alive for a couple seconds longer, and Gravitas is not in position to finish off this kill while the Undying Rage is still running.
Narfi almost died to turret there.
Yeah, so I think trying to help take the aggro off of Gravitas, but didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And Integration, again, finding himself way, way behind, has actually picked up the Alacrity boots, along with the Static Shiv. So
Okay.
I think trying to get a little more speed, roam around the map a little bit more,
Yeah.
which I think is probably where he wants to be, is not anywhere near where Sneaky Hitman is.
Right. I think that's the right idea. The problem is you've invested so much into items that are going to give you not very many combat stats at this point that you're kind of just putting yourself a little further behind. We'll see if that ends up working out for him, though. Like, I understand the idea. I definitely understand the idea. We'll see about the execution.
Yeah, I do really like the Static Shiv. I would have liked to see that coming out
earlier.
Before the Berserker's Graves.
Yes, I can absolutely agree with that. But what I was saying earlier, before like 8 different things happened about Sneaky Hitman's build, is that I really like the Sterix Gauge in this situation, because with the Ghost Blade and the Static Shiv, and the Rapid Fire Cannon rather, you already have enough damage to pretty much kill everybody you want to kill. Both those items are going to give you a lot of map presence anyways, in the form of movement speed. So why not pick up that Bruiser option? Why not take that Sterix Gauge to make yourself unkillable while still being able to kill everybody else?
Yeah, while that's all been going on, we did see ARAR picking up the turret in the bottom lane just a minute ago. They've now all rotated into the mid lane, picked up that turret, trying to go for the pick in the mid lane. Integration's getting caught out in the top lane, is going to be going down to Sneaky Hitman there. This is a kill coming through, and Silly Mino now in the wrong place. The Nautilus hook doesn't quite find a wall, and now Fliptailser is going to be in some big trouble as well. Gets tossed back in, and the double kill coming in from Jin as the ultimate hit lands onto Twitch. So that's 3 kills across the map while this is going on. 1 in the top lane, 2 in that grouped fight in the middle lane, and I think that should be enough to help them push for this middle lane turret. Oriana's got a bit of wave clear, but is going to get shoved so far back.
She's going to get zoned super far
yeah,
back. You
really can't be here.
You could say that Fliptailser got flipped into the enemy team.
You could.
You could.
I'm not going to, but you could.
Well, I could.
I think you are, and Swordplay forced to flash back as it's still a 5-on-2. Actually, just 4 in this mid lane, as we do see Sneaky Hitman split pushing in the top lane, and should be taking down that top inhibitor turret as well. So it's going to be the mid inhibitor down as they just rampage through that lane.
Yeah, now, ooh.
Nice shockwave lands, but no follow-up there, and is going to get stuck in the wrong position. Narfi picking up the kill with that ultimate. In the top lane, we did see the inhibitor turret going down. Sneaky Hitman should be able to get out of there with that Ghost Blade. The flash from Fisu. Vault coming in is going to try and 1v2 this and gets shut down. So a little bit overplayed there from Quinn. I think thought he was going to get caught out by the 2 of them anyway. Wanted to try and get a return kill. So that's going to be the shutdown, but not before the inhibitor turret goes down the top lane, and the mid inhibitor is down. So strong plays from ARAR.
Yeah, I mean, with that mid lane play, like, they took advantage of that little bit of quiet time to send 4 people to the mid lane and take down that outer turret, which followed into some picks, a kill in the top lane, some dives in the mid lane, and that very, very quickly became 3 turrets and an inhibitor, and that swung the gold massively. What was formerly a 5k gold lead has now ballooned into a massive 12k lead, and they have complete control over most of the map now.
They absolutely do, and I think in the next game, we're very likely to see a Quinn Van coming out. I think that Tryndamere is about the only champion I've seen from Integration in this tournament, and the Quinn is just not a good matchup for him up there at all.
And I really like what Sneaky Hitman's doing right now. Like, with his item lead, he knows that if he just keeps building some damage, he's going to be able to become relevant in fights. So he's actually itemizing defensively so he can stay alive and make more plays with the items that he has. He's going for that Bloodthirst. I really like that play.
I guess Bloodthirster kind of counts as defensive.
Bloodthirster is very
He's
defensive.
The most defensive of all of the AD items.
Of the things he could be going for right now, like Infinity Edge is one of the options.
That is true. Or could be going for the Essence Reaver as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty strong item. Integration gets caught at 1 auto attack, taking off 1/3 of his health with the Rapid Fire Cannon proc.
I honestly believe that with the finished BT, he could just 1v2 that.
Yeah, I think so. And Fliptailser gets caught out. ZB Tech trying to land the bind. Fliptailser actually going the other direction, but the Morgana ultimate is going to lock him in place. And Gravitas finishing off the kill.
No,
yep.
you're totally allowed to throw binds like that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to hit to be effective.
You really. I mean, that's the entire principle of playing Blitzcrank, right? You don't have to hit to be effective.
In some ways, you're more dangerous when you're not using your hook.
Because then it's not on cooldown. Exactly. Good. I like you. Support mains unite.
Yeah.
Glad to see we're on the same page, Ben.
Excellent. Yeah, and Silly Mino in the bot lane is starting to get a little bit tanky. Gravitas, meanwhile, in the river, running onto Iamfisu, gets shoved back by the ultimate. Still going to have enough speed to get onto there. Doesn't have a backup from the rest of the team. Now, Integration coming in. Going to get onto Narfi. That might actually be able to do some damage there, but is just going to run away as Gravitas coming back into this fight.
Yeah, he's afraid of Gravitas.
Gets tossed back. Really needs to spin over that wall. Going to have to use the flash instead in the end. Just gets scraped by the edge of the Jhin ultimate. Undying Rage keeps him alive as a nice stun lands over the wall from Narfi, but is going to stay alive here.
I think he's going to...
And the flash from Tyranno Boss, not much longer. That's another kill for Jhin.
And we see another kill coming out for Sneaky Hitman in the mid lane. They do have free reign over that top inhibitor now. We'll see if they choose to go for that. And I think
looks like Hitman is going to split into that top lane. Rest of the team grouping toward the mid in the top lane. So I think they're going to try and push down the second inhibitor and maybe go in, start looking at these Nexus turrets right afterwards.
He was hiding.
Swordplay lands.
Oh, Swordplay was not hiding.
Narfi. Oh dear, Shockwave lands, but immediately turned around. Tyranno Boss actually picking up the kill. The ultimate coming in as well from Narfi, so just so much damage that would have been going on. And that's 2 more kills down. It's just Silly Mino alive. Now the ace. So ace for none. That's going to be the Nexus turrets going down, and this should be the end of game number 1 as Ready to Feed getting pushed back in decisive fashion by ARAR. Integration jumping into this fight. Maybe going to get a little bit of damage down. And not quite a Gravitas. Okay. Dying to... I'm actually not sure what killed there. But that is the end of our first game as ARAR takes it off the red side. So that'll give them a 1-0 lead heading into game number 2.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it's pretty obvious looking at this entire game, but I think we can call Sneaky Hitman as the MVP of that game. One thing that I never touched on during the game, Iamfisu never actually finishes Devour at 29 minutes, and I think 80% of that is because Sneaky Hitman was up in that topside jungle for so much of the game, denying him camps left and right. Well, I guess just left. Denied him so many camps he didn't finish Devour by 30 minutes. That is really, really going to hurt your power curve on jungles in chat if you do not get that Devour finish. Yeah. So
and the dragon control as well coming in from Gravitas was very strong. We did see a couple times during that game. Looks like they were setting up for the Dragon Vision. Fisu in the bot lane, trying to play around that Scuttle Crab. But Gravitas and the rest of the team got just strong enough to body him out of the Dragon Pit.
Very well played.
Yeah, so great game coming in from ARAR. We're gonna be back with you in just a couple minutes for game number 2. So stick with us here on the MIT League of Legends Club stream.
See you in a bit, guys.